Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be listening to AM by the Arctic Monkeys. It's one of their more well-known albums, a lot of big songs off this one. And yeah, this is one of the last two that we're yet to listen to. So obviously, if you've been watching the last two Arctic Monkeys videos, we've had a bit of a rough time with them. Not really enjoyed them too much, but I've listened to this album already, so I like it, and I'm hoping that he likes it as well.
Hopefully.
Inshallah.
Yeah, let's get into it then. I'm excited. I don't know if it's, bad that I'm excited and I'm setting too high expectations, but here we are.
Yeah, maybe just drop them so either way you're always it's working out well for you.
Alright, we'll get on to the first track. Do I Want to Know? Well, I know this.
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
Until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go. Sorta hoping that you'd stay. Maybe we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you. Never thought I'd call and run. You love you, 'cause I always knew. Maybe I'm too busy being lost to fall for somebody new. Now I thought it through. Crawling back to you. Do I wanna know? Too busy being lost.
Thoughts on Do I Want to Know?
Well, I do know Do I Want to Know.
He does know.
However, I don't listen to it often. I didn't know that it was called that, so I don't know it that well. I just know it because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It always has been.
It's in one of our favourite TV
years.
shows. Peaky Blinders makes an appearance in
Yeah,
that.
it does, yeah. And what I think I have to say, when I was kind of thinking about it as I was listening, is like, there's quite similar elements to like some of the Humbug songs that I didn't like. For example, just the bass and drums like quite prominent and not a lot of like melodic instrumentation going on, but I kind of like thought, what is it about this one that is good? And I think in the verses, the phrasing of like the spaces he leaves between lines, like the call and response that he has with like the high pitched backing vocals, that's what makes it good. And he's not trying to fill out that space by doing all the intricate stuff that I didn't like. Instead, he's just letting it breathe.
He like keeps
letting the call and response kind of keep it flowing throughout the track and keep the track on the same route, because it kind of grounds the track. And then also in the chorus, instead of singing a really complicated melody you could come up with, he just sang along to the guitar pretty much the same melody, and I think that's actually an underrated strategy that works very well in quite big hit rock songs, I'd say.
It's more like a chant that kind of
exactly, and the marching drums as well. That made it really work.
It kind of makes you want to like sing along and like bounce along with it, and like I think the other thing that works well as well, because I was thinking about because it is kind of similar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But what works is also that lyrically he keeps it much more simple. He's just talking about like spilling drinks in a settee and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly, and it feels very British. As well.
Yeah, he's
like,
not.
Who says settee in America?
Yeah, exactly. He's not talking in metaphors in this one. He's keeping it very like clear what the message is. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a degree in English to decipher what he's saying in this one. You know what it means, and it's something that lots of people can resonate with. So when you put it to do like the like iconic guitar and bass, and like it just works.
Yeah, it's basically, I just see it as what Humbug songs could have been, and how they should have been, and I think it's quite a good sort of place to come to.
Yeah,
It feels like they've kind of reached the point where they've found the sound they were trying to find. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
Yeah.
Track number 2, Are You Mine?
I'm a puppet on a string, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, could have shaped heartaches to come to find you, for in some velvet morning, years too late. She's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind, when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy, 'cause here isn't where I wanna be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory, and I can't help myself. All I wanna hear her say is, are you mine? Well, are you mine? She's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind, when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy, 'cause here isn't where I wanna be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory.
Thoughts on the second track?
Yeah, same sort of reasons I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed this one too for similar reasons. And I think another thing that I picked up on that I did mention, for example, on Humbug as something I wasn't really a fan of, was how he wasn't really sticking to the beat and really like feeling like he was in sync with the beat and really riding with it. But now he is, and this is what I was saying is where he shines, I think.
Yeah.
And where he's shone in their first and second albums. So
Yeah,
I'm happy that he's kind of brought that back in a bit, because I think he went a bit too far, and now it feels a lot more balanced and just more catchy off of that. And people don't always value catchiness when you talk about critiquing music for its artistry, but I think it does matter, to be honest. I mean, there's a reason why a thing being catchy can be so, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
it's actually a talent to be able to make something catchy.
Yeah, when something's catchy, is because it like resonates with like your like core.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like
and you feel the rhythm. It's like in every sense, not just the instrumental, but everything feels like it's really on
primal.
The same
like you don't quite understand why it happens, but it just does. And it works,
and that you can't really look past that, in my opinion. So I enjoyed it. I really like the outro as well.
Yeah,
and I like the use of like the high pitch sort of call and response backing vocals that you did as well.
I love the breakdown, you know, where it's like it like breaks down and then you get it in like the left ear, and then the right,
that was like
in the middle.
Best bit.
Yeah,
and I knew that when he started singing without the beat was gonna come back in, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hit.
You know? It still hits. You know it's coming, and you know it's gonna hit, so you just sit back and you go, it's coming.
You just can't really deny it.
Yeah.
I mean, lyrically, I think this kind of gives me I can kind of take from it that he's sort of in a place where he's kind of dating a lot of girls because he's in the world in which, you know, it's easy to do so because he's in the position he's in. But I don't think he's getting quite the intimacy and, you know, real down to earth relationship with these girls he wants. He wants one girl who genuinely wants to be with him for him. Yeah, that's what I get from it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like this song reminds me of like the early stages where it's like, where are we, you know, like are you mine, like, you know, are we there, or like, you know, it's a bit like in limbo, and he's desperate for clarity.
I guess when you get into a position like he's in, aka just being influential and famous, I think, well, from what I've heard from most celebrities when they talk about it, you just don't trust as many people anymore, and you get into a place where you almost can't even trust the people closest to you.
It's very hard to tell,
because you don't know people's intentions, and it's hard to really fizzle down to whether they are in a place where they're looking at you for you or not, because how would you be able to know? They know you're rich, you can't hide it. They know you're famous, you can't hide it, so you just have to assume the best. But I mean, that can just get you hurt.
That'll lead you to get mugged off, I reckon.
Yeah, so it's a tough one, and that's why a lot of artists talk about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And a lot of just sports people, etc. All famous people. But yeah, let's get into the next one. Track number 3, One for the Road.
One for the road. One for the road. From the bottom of your heart, the relegation zone. I saw this coming from the start. Shake, rattle, and roll. Shake, rattle, and roll. So we all go back to yours and you sit and talk to me on the floor. But there's no need to show me around, baby. I feel like I've been here before. I've been wondering whether later when you tell everybody to go, will you blow me one for the road?
So thoughts on One for the Road?
Yeah, it did the same good things from the other tracks, but also was unique in the sense that the chorus was kind of almost rapped. I wouldn't, not quite
higher tempo,
but it was more. Yeah,
as Ed Sheeran say, not a rapper, just a singer with a flow.
Yeah, it was like that.
Shout out Ed Sheeran.
But no, it worked. It worked well, and it's the reason it worked is the same reasons the other songs have worked so far. The high pitch stuff is really good. The way it like leads into the chorus, instead of letting the chorus hit and then he starts singing, like the chorus comes as soon as he says "One for the Road." In the high pitched.
Bit fresh as well because it's a vocalist that isn't Alex Turner. So gives it
not that it's that obvious, to be honest. Though.
No.
Like if I didn't have the Genius up, I probably wouldn't realise. I probably think that's just Alex Turner.
You'd believe it if you heard someone say that was Alex Turner.
Yeah, no, there's no way you wouldn't. But
it's still. Yeah.
I enjoyed it for sure, and lyrically, I reckon, I don't know what quite I get from it, but I have a feeling if it is the same girl he's been talking about in the previous track, maybe it's sort of a girl that's in and around the celebrity life,
the squad,
and maybe it's not obvious if she actually likes him, or if she just kind of likes all of them.
I think that's
he
what
wants her to like him.
That's what that One for the Road is about. Like if you pour
just
me
letting
this
him stay
special
a bit later,
drink,
and probably more than just a drink, obviously. But after everyone else is gone, because he wants to be the guy.
Hopefully it's not Cardi
not
B.
One of the guys.
Hopefully it's not Cardi B serving up this One for the Road, because I don't think he'd be hitting the road after that. Waking up, where's my wallet?
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and I think he's raising quite commonly experienced things for people in his position, and being open about it is good. Enjoying it. Amen. Well, if this is the girl that he's going to talk about in the next track, I don't know, but we'll find out. Track 4, Arabella.
Arabella's got some interstellar gator skin boots and a helter-skelter and a little finger, and I ride it endlessly. She's got a Barbarella silver swimsuit, and when she needs to shelter from reality, she takes a dip in my daydreams. My days end best when the sunset gets itself behind that little lady sitting on the passenger side It's much less picturesque without a catching light. The horizon tries, but it's just not as kind on the eye.
On Arabella.
Oh, he's definitely obsessed with Arabella.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I'm sold on this, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'd like to meet her.
I like the descriptions of the lips around the Coke bottle.
Yeah.
Interesting way of putting it. Slightly desperate way of putting it too, but hey ho, each their own.
Yeah.
He's being honest. That's what I wrote. And
he's in love.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the instrumentation. Just a thick bass guitar, really simple but really catchy riff, and like drums were just steady to like for the whole first half of the song until
reliable.
The first chorus hit.
Yeah.
And I feel like just sticking to like the slow but more impactful drums kind of just gives it like a different class. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just feels really class and feels really just smooth, professional. I don't know what it is. But
yeah, it's like we're
just sticking to those
seriously.
Yeah, exactly. If you stick to those sort of classic drums, the simple but hard hitting drums, I don't know. It just it makes you just appreciate it.
Yeah,
because I mean, just the drums themselves sound fucking good.
Yeah, I liked it in the intro, when it's got that like serious bass.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's got like the mysterious little guitar coming in every now and
then.
Yeah. And then I like toward the outro, it's like I'm gonna have to look at Genius again to see the exact lyric, but it's like takes a sip of your soul, and it sounds like, and then it goes into the guitar solo, really so it's like that guitar solo is like what an orgasm would sound like if you put it through a guitar, basically. Is how I look at that one.
Yeah. No.
So
probably not far off what he's talking about, to be totally honest, if not spot on. But yeah. No, I just think there's a lot of elements so far on this that kind of just strike me as simple, but it's simplicity carried out to its optimal level, really, and I feel like that's underestimated a lot.
Yeah, I think that the imagery in this one's like a lot better. Like that song, like
I was like really picturing this Arabella girl and how she was. And how he was around her.
I always picture
around her, for example. Really picture it.
Like in the chorus, when it's like talking about that little lady in the passenger side, like with the sunset in the background, and it's like the sunset's nice, but like I'd rather look at that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. That's why I said the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I'm enjoying this.
Good. I'm glad.
Let's get on to track number 5. I Want It All.
Fireball, my sweet, rigmarole.
thoughts on that one then?
I think that one was, less intentionally trying to scream out at you as a hit song, but it was definitely. I think it's good for the flow of the album to have a song that's a little bit less in your face.
Yeah, nice.
It's more just like a
tempo track, like let you catch a breather.
Exactly, and not in a bad way. It's not like, it was just so boring that it filled my head. It wasn't like that at all. But simple chorus in terms of the lyrics, simple kind of really just painting a picture in your head, just like really making the situation clear and like the whole theme of the album clear.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this girl kind of just, he's obsessed with her, she's kind of doing her thing. She's not really even giving him all the attention he wants her to. And leaving him kind of feeling like he just hasn't really got what he wants yet.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising for someone in his position, to be honest, but he's just going for the best he wants to go for, I guess. Obviously, he get any girl he wants, but this is the girl he wants, and he's doing it. The sort of things that a teenage boy would do, from the sounds of it.
He's met his match.
To try and
try
and keep her, but
putting out all the stops.
Exactly. Let's get on to track number 6. Number 1 party anthem. This better be the best party anthem I've ever heard.
I think you might be disappointed.
1, 2, 4. So you're on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not. Leather jacket, collar pop like antenna, never knowing when to stop. Sunglasses indoors, power for the cause, lights in the floors, and sweat on the walls, cages and poles. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Number 1 party anthem. She's a certified mind blower, knowing full well that I don't. May suggest there's somewhere from which I might know her, just to get the ball to roll. The camera pose, the black and white, the color touch, the good time girls, the cubicles, the house of fun, the number 1 party anthem.
So was it the party anthem you were hoping for?
I mean, I was being sarcastic when I said it. I wasn't expecting it to be that sort of song necessarily, but it was talking about party sort of life. But yeah, no, it's not the sort of Arctic Monkeys song I look for from the Arctic Monkeys, let's put it that way, but they did a good job equally, so
yeah, a bit of piano on this one, as you know.
That's
first
kind of what made it completely different, and pretty much the first time I guess they've introduced it properly like that in their career before the car, which obviously have heard, but I haven't heard Trank Crowley bass on Tail yet, but I'm sure there's some stuff on there that's similar to it, but no, I think the chords chosen were very blatantly sort of nostalgic and
melancholy,
reflective. Looking back, you could imagine it on the credits at the end of the film. Is that sort of music? And it's no secret that there's certain chord patterns that literally give that feeling, but they've done a good job of using them. I think the piano played a massive part in that, to be fair. And it just made the whole song feel a lot more wide in terms of the sound. And dreamier, just the filler sound, because the piano filled out a lot of the space that would normally be left. But it gave a completely different played a completely different role compared to any other song on the album.
Yeah, slows up the pacing of the album as well, because
Yeah.
before it's not really had a chance to breathe like that.
Yeah. So this seems like quite a midpoint for sure.
Yeah.
Or even the start of the next half.
Entering the second act.
Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed it, and I wasn't focused too much on the lyrics. I was kind of just intrigued by the instrumental, to be fair. I didn't know if I was going to expect something like that quite so soon. In terms of being on AM, I kind of was just expecting that to, you know, be something they'd utilise on the next album. But clearly, that sort of sound started a bit earlier, 2015. But yeah, no. Anything lyrically that you could point out to me?
Well, in this song, it's kind of like, especially in the first verse, it's talking about the sort of like nerves that you get when he's like about to approach a girl.
Right, yeah.
And he's saying like, oh, just like pretend you know her from somewhere just to get the conversation rolling, and like that lump in your throat, and then you gotta like
yeah, and I remember
grab yourself by the balls, and then like say, come on, you gotta fucking go for it, you know, come on, and get in there. It's just, so it's kind of like, I don't know, like obviously like it's a sarcastic party anthem. Like there's the image of the party, and then there's the actual feelings that you have on a night out, which can sometimes be very different from sort of
so he's like
how
saying,
the media portrays it.
Yeah, this is your number one party anthem for, you know, how you truly feel, and this is truly going to give you the most relatability out of anything else.
And in this one, he says as well that he's not really like looking for love. He's looking for someone to do him no good as well, which is like, I don't know, I love that line. It's like, I want you to do me no good. I can't really sing, but that bit.
No, that's a good way to put it. Which is, you know, I don't know if it's specific to this sort of scenario that he feels like that, but I guess it's definitely conflicting from the sort of feelings I thought he was portraying earlier on in the album. Seems like he did want love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it's specific to this one circumstance.
Yeah.
This is how he actually feels in life, but
it's tough to get a read on it, like where he is, and because obviously the first song feels like just post breakup, like and then it goes into sort of like Are You Mine, like Arabella, all these like songs about like a new romance, and now it's like looks like he's back hitting the clubs again.
Yeah, and I feel like
looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, and like to excuse myself for like saying he seemed a bit desperate in the earlier songs, I mean that makes a lot more sense now. That you like emphasise that he probably was coming off of a breakup. I feel like that's just a natural state to be in. You're like kind of gripping onto a feeling you had with someone else, and you're trying to get that from a new person, but it's too fresh, and the person's not really ready for that, and you're kind of pushing too strong. I feel like that's something I relate to for some reason, not for some reason. I relate to that, and I think that's quite normal.
Yeah, the first song I feel like is asking, like, I feel like the whole song is him like post breakup wondering if she's feeling the same way that he is, and he's there just like desperate for that to be the case, really.
No. And you definitely get those feelings, to be fair, but I think as time goes on you just learn to just not even think about it. And I think just as the more and more relationships you have, you definitely just shy away from that sort of mindset, because it never helps. It's just counterproductive, but it's still hard to avoid. It's just natural. But yeah, moving on to track number 7, Mad Sounds.
Mad sounds in your ears make you feel alright. They bring you back to life. Mad sounds in your ears, they make you get up and down, they make you get up. Yeah, they make you get up. Love buckles under the strain of those wild nights. out of nowhere, somebody comes and hits you with an ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la la,
Right, well, ops on that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I think, you know, at the beginning of the song, it wasn't that clear what he was really talking about, but I think, you know, the second and third verses really, like, painted the picture of what he meant by mad sounds.
What do you think he meant by that?
I think it's sort of like, you know, the sort of just inner feelings you get, the sixth senses you get when you just don't feel like something is giving you as much as it used to, and then when that thing ends, aka a relationship, probably what he's talking about, then you just, you know, feel like you're ready to just go again, and you don't really know why, but it just kind of comes along, and then you're just ready to start something new with someone else. That's kind of what I get from it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that you can't control. That's why it's calling them mad sounds.
Yeah. I like this one just sort of like for the sort of like harmonies and the vocals a lot.
Yeah,
like
no.
that. The delivery of like when he says like they make you get, it's just so nice. It's so soft on the ears,
Yeah.
and then all the like the ooh la las, just like just very nice sounding. You know, very
exactly
cozy feeling to it.
Definitely Christmassy almost. Dare I say it?
Yeah.
But no, there's
Good
a lot
timing.
of I just like the sort of dreamy element of it. Obviously, the harmonies add to that, and just like the guitars and all the sound design and the guitars, a little more reverb and all that, just adds to all combined to make it quite a dreamy, chill, moody song.
Yeah.
And I think the lyrics, although, you know, quite short verses and not that, you know, in your face, they definitely make sense, and they definitely have, you know, interpretations to be made upon. So that's a good thing. I like when you can make your own interpretation, because I doubt that he meant exactly what I got from it, but equally someone else could get another thing from it, and etc. So
exactly.
that's kind of what good lyrics do.
There's no right answers.
Exactly.
A lot of the times for good art.
Exactly.
So
so I enjoyed that, and I feel like we've been on quite a lower energy little phase here.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. From
definitely 2 songs and maybe even 3. So
how the album starts, it definitely switches up on you. Like you think it'd be like bass heavy rock the whole way through. From
and I think that's good that it switched up, to be honest, because I think that would eventually bloat a little bit. So
get quite tiring, quite
repetitive. Well, I'm kind of in my head. I'll give a little prediction. I reckon maybe 1 or 2 more chill songs, and then the last 2 or 3 maybe a bit more pace and a bit.
Are you getting that from the track list? Is there a certain song that's?
I mean, yeah, I've got some sort of influence from that, to be fair, because it definitely does play into what I'm saying. I mean, Snap Out of it just sounds like it will literally be a snappy song.
Yeah,
but it might not be. It might be emotional, as in snap out of it. He's talking about a partner, so I don't know. But I'm just making a prediction.
There's only one way to find out.
The album's gonna go a bit like this.
Yeah.
Not in terms of being good and shit. I mean,
energy.
Energy, yes.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to track number 8, Fireside.
I can't explain, but I wanna try. There's this image of you and I, and it goes dancing by in the morning and in the night time. There's all these secrets that I can't keep. Like in my heart there's that hotel suite, and you live there so long, it's kinda strange.
Right, so another slower track. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I mean a bit faster in terms of
Yeah.
the percussion, but yeah, no, definitely not in terms of delivery or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I liked the sort of just theme of Fireside, and I was kind of trying to work out what he meant by it throughout.
Yeah.
I think what I kind of got from it, which is probably really random to be honest, but what I got from it is that, you know, he said when it's difficult when your fuse is Fireside, right? When you're losing your fuse is Fireside. So I'm thinking his fuse is sort of his weak point and, you know, his soft spot. Let's put it that way.
What sets him off?
And yeah, and that's this girl. And the Fireside is where he currently is and what he's currently thinking about. And he's saying what sets him off and his soft spot is what he's thinking about right now, and it's on that side and he's there right now, so it's a difficult place to be because he hasn't got what is his soft spot, but he's thinking about his soft spot. That's kind of what I got from it, but yeah, you can apply that to many things, I guess. What about you? Do you have a different...
Well, yeah, when you're losing and your fuse is Fireside, like, to me, I guess all that means is, like, you know, you're close to the edge. Like, your fuse is obviously, you know, you light that and then you explode or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what you don't want that to be is near a fire unless you're ready for it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's just kind of being close to the edge when you don't want it to be, I guess. But this track's more sort of like in the sort of like metaphorical.
Yeah, and that's what I was.
And it's like one of those tracks where I was thinking at the moment, like, this like is one that sounds quite similar to like Humbug and Suck It and See, but it just kind of has a bit more about it that makes it work to me. I think like the She Wops add a lot. Like all the high pitched vocals throughout the album is something different.
It's just the phrasing, and I don't mean phrasing as in like, you know, literature. I mean musical phrasing, the gaps in between lines, the timing, not trying to fit too much into a small space, not feeling the need to do things when you could just let the music ride out. All those things have just been done better on this album. And I think also this song being more metaphorical works in the context of an album which has been overall less more metaphorical, because you can actually understand the metaphors because you have the context that's been provided to you in your face earlier on in the album. And I think that's what the other albums lacked. It was just metaphorical from start to finish. Yeah. And you were guessing from start to finish a bit too much, I think. But in this one, you have something to play with in your head, and you can actually create the pictures with the metaphors. They're not just random, and they're not just falling at you every second, you know?
Yeah. I get that.
Going on to track number 9. Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High?
The mirror's image, it tells me it's home time, but I'm not finished, 'cause you're not by my side. And as I arrived, I thought I saw you leaving, carrying your shoes. Decided that once again I was just dreaming of bumping into you. Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high? And I can't see you, you wonder where am I? It sort of feels like I'm running out of time. I haven't found what I was hoping to find. You said you gotta be up in the morning, gonna have an early night, and you're starting to bore me, baby. Why'd you only call me when you're high?
Right, so thoughts on Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High?
Well, I think my prediction on the instrumentals is coming to light, hopefully.
Jeez. He's cold.
It definitely feels like it was almost a sequel of Do I Want to Know.
That's what I always think with this song. Yeah.
And basically I'm just cracked, so just listen to
Respect
me in the future.
him. He's tested positive for being that guy.
But no, lyrically I mean, as the title literally blatantly points out, she's kind of
sick of his
not
bullshit.
I don't know if it's because she doesn't believe that he likes her, to be honest, but it's kind of her way of showing him that she's not interested, and showing him in a way that almost makes him feel bad, to be honest. Yeah. Because, I mean, he knows that he definitely likes this girl a lot.
Yeah.
But she's just telling him, why are you only calling me when you're high? Is it because you're high and you just want sex, etc.? But he knows he likes her, but she doesn't even like him anyway, is what I get from it, and she's just kind of trying to shit him out.
Yeah, she's trying to move on with it, and he's not ready. And I think this song captures some of the relatability of the first album lyrically. Like, I always love the intro, you know, the mirror's image tells me it's home time. I think everyone who's gotten drunk or done other things, I don't know what you're up to on a weekend, but has had that moment where they've gone to like the bathroom or the club or the house party or whatever, and you've looked in the mirror and you've gone, fucking hell, I'm smashed, like I'm so drunk. I think everyone's had that, where they're looking in the mirror and they're like, this guy's drunk.
They're always the best nights, just not the best hangovers, but
yeah. So we've all had that time looking in the mirror thinking, yeah, it's home time, I'm fucked.
Definitely.
So yeah, I always like that line. And then just the sort of the whole thing where it's like, you know, it's like early on in the song where it's like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm like trying to change your mind, you know, he's getting desperate, it's getting later on in the night. Like, I had someone say something funny, I don't agree with this, and women aren't objects, you shouldn't rate them by numbers. But he was saying, in his opinion, a 2 no, wait, what is it? It's like a 2 at 7 p.m. is a 7 at 2 a.m. Yeah. And what that means is...
when you get drunk, your standards fall when you get more desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's goes without saying, to be fair. Yeah. And obviously, you know, when I said, you know, she's asking him why he's calling her when he's high, and only when he's high. Obviously, I said that was kind of her way of putting the blame on him. But obviously, I'm not taking... you know, out of the equation the fact that it's probably quite obvious that he's high. It's not like it's just an excuse. Yeah. I think she does know that he likes her. How would he be so desperate? Yeah. I guess it's kind of a wake up call for him. If she's questioning his actions, I don't think he's going to be very happy about them either. No. So maybe that will get him to sort of get on with his life, which is probably what she wants.
And these might be phone calls that he also regrets when he's in clear head.
Likely. Yeah. Good tune. Alright, getting on to the next track. Track number 10, Snap Out of It.
What's been happening in your world? What have you been up to? I heard that you fell in love. Near enough. I gotta tell you the truth. Yeah. I wanna grab both shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of it. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of it. If that watch don't continue to swing, I'll have fat lady fancies having a thing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of it. Under a spell, you're hypnotized. Darling, how could you be so blind? Snap out. Under a spell, you're hypnotized. Darling, how could you be so blind? I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Right, thoughts on Snap Out of It?
It's very clear that he's kind of struggling to swallow his pride, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like he's obviously jealous of all the things that he thought he was providing for her, in terms of, you know, a forever relationship or what he wanted from her, and another guy is actually getting that exactly what he wanted and exactly in the way he wanted, and he's trying to think of it as she's just being silly. It's just her. It's hers the problem.
Yeah, it's like she's
this isn't
hypnotized.
Her with someone forever, like that can't be her. She was never like that. But it was just that she was never like that with him, and you just can't come to terms with it.
Yeah.
And obviously that's definitely what your mental state is like straight away when things like that happen, and then it takes time for you to think more logically. And it's not like I have a doubt that he knows that it was his fault. It's just this is his feeling and emotion he's portraying in the song purely. I'm not saying he's acting out of it either, but I think he's just struggling to. It's the part of the 5 stages of grief. This is denial. This is heavy denial. That's what I see. So, and I really like the instrumentation, piano once again. Did a good job. I like the march and sort of doom 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 doom, and then I like snap out of it.
It works.
So and it was kind of like. It was a bit comical almost because of how obvious it was that, he was putting the blame on her. But
and there's jokes like waiting for the fat ladies to sing and all that.
Exactly.
Right?
But I think this whole album's kind of just signified a situation where someone's chasing too hard and, valuing someone too much, and it just pushes them away more than anything.
Yeah. He's in love, he's trying to do right. But he's doing all the wrong things.
All the wrong things, that's the key word, things.
Yeah.
What he wants is right, but he's not, what's coming across is completely unattractive. I think he knows that, obviously, but this is what happens.
How can something so wrong make him feel so right?
Yeah.
Damn.
So let's go on to track number 11, the penultimate track, Knee Socks. Which I'm a fan of. For context, I accidentally said that we were going on to track number 11 before the last track, and I said something that I thought was funny at the time and flowed well, which was that I liked Knee Socks, but it wasn't that funny the second time, just like with most jokes.
Very rarely is a joke funny.
I'll have to swallow that
one.
The lights on in the afternoon, and the nights are drawn out long, and you're kissing to cut through the gloom with a cough drop colored tongue. When the zeros stand on the 24-hour clock, when you know who's calling even though the number is blocked, when you walk around cured my January blues. Yeah, you made it all alright. I got a feeling I might have lit the very fuse that you were trying not to lie. You were a stranger in my phone book. I was acting like I knew, 'cause I had nothing to lose. When the winter's in full swing and your dreams just aren't coming true, ain't it funny what y'all do?
So, thoughts on the Knee Socks? Still a big fan?
I'm a big fan of the Knee Socks, but not a huge fan of the song, but it was a good song.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a dreamy feel to it, with this sort of like, I don't know.
I guess that suits his mood.
Yeah.
He's definitely dreaming.
Yeah, he's kind of looking back, I feel like, to that magical January.
But yeah, I mean, I've kind of picked up on a lot of things, like small things, I think, just reading the lyrics while I was listening to it, which kind of, sum up the whole sort of problem and where he went wrong. And where, not necessarily where he went wrong, but where his mind went too far and was too hopeful. I mean, when you walked around your house wearing my sky blue Lacoste, it's like, yeah, she is wearing your sky blue Lacoste, but she's walking around her house, not your house. You know what I mean? I feel like that's quite significant. And I mean, I was also looking further ahead to the next song.
Yeah.
I want to be yours instead of I want you to be mine. You know, I want to be yours. I think everything's sort of overcompensating, and you know, he's giving away everything because he really wants it that bad. It's too desperate.
I don't know.
That's what I get.
I don't know if you're reading into that one a bit. Maybe he's just at her house.
No, of course, but
situation.
I mean, from all of this, like even previous songs, he was at her house and she left.
But like in a relationship, do you not think it's both ways? Where
of course, it's both ways.
Where like you want to be
he
there.
He hasn't mentioned a single time when she's made the effort to come to his house.
Yeah, that's true. Like I do feel like it's a bit of like a one way
normally, but this feels very one way.
Yeah.
Like every description has always been that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the fact that every single thing has been pointing that direction, not the other way. And I think definitely with the next song title, I Want to Be Yours. I mean, that's a whole song title. And he phrased it in that way. And I'm pretty sure that would be intentional, but yeah.
It's definitely intentional.
Yeah. That's how he feels. I want to be yours. I want to give away everything and be yours. I want to live your life and be a part of your life. I don't want you to be a part of mine and me carry on with my journey, you know? It's quite a forward-giving way of saying it.
Yeah,
and
well...
giving away
I
kind
think,
of way of saying it.
Yeah, like with certain people and certain personality types, it's almost like the more you want something and you can't have it, like it makes you want it even more.
Yeah.
I feel like he's fallen into that trap where
no, definitely.
He's like an addict and he keeps getting a little taste.
Yeah,
and it's
and
like
the more he wants it, the more he can't have it because it pushes her away, and then it just carries on until she's probably a complete stranger at that point, and he still wants her, probably wants her the most he'd ever wanted her. So that kind of goes with what I'm saying. I think, even if it's the way he feels, it's not the way he should be displaying how he feels.
Yeah,
because it's not going to get him to where he wants to get. But yeah, I thought that was significant, even though it's so small. I just think over the course of the album.
Yeah. Right, I don't think you're going to be very impressed with his behaviour in the next song then.
Probably not, from the sounds of the title. But on to track number 12, I Want to Be Yours.
I wanna be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I wanna be a Ford Cortina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be a coffee pot. You call the shots, babe, I just wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart are harder to hide than I thought. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Just wanna be
Right, so thoughts on the outro track?
Yeah, I mean, it was the title extrapolated to the extreme, I'd say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you didn't make that unexpected for me. I was expecting it in the end, but yeah. I mean, it's not like I think he actually, means everything as literally he means it. It's not like I don't think he's being intentionally comedic. I think he is. So it's not like I'm going to actually let myself be completely cringed out by it, because I don't think he's being quite so serious. But the feelings are serious.
I think as well, a lot of the lyrics of this one are actually from a poem.
Oh, right.
Like, I found that one out, not from the Genius book, because like we actually did the poem in like year 9.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people's faces in the classroom lit up like, I swear this is an Arctic Monkey song.
Absolutely.
And then it's like it's from the poem, and then they used it in the song.
There you go.
So all that, like, I want to be your vacuum cleaner, like I want to be your Ford Cortina, all that is from the poem.
Yeah, that's kind of the part that is comedically over exaggerated. But yeah, I mean, I like the instrumentation. Yeah, it was how you want to close off an album that's about love.
Yeah, I like all the harmonies on this one as well. You know, like the higher pitch sort of singing that's come throughout the album. Definitely like a breath of
that's
fresh air.
helped the album a whole lot, honestly.
A whole heck of a heap.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you just can't describe the journey of him getting too obsessed and him pushing a girl too far away.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about.
Mm.
And you know, it's not like he's not gonna have realised that, but it's one of those things where you can't help it in the end. If you get to a certain element of obsession, it's hard to just go back, and then it just gets worse and worse. And yeah, it's not like I'm saying all the things he's done wrong is from like a Mr. Know-it-all standpoint. Of course not. I mean, like, I think everyone goes through certain relationships where they literally are like this and they make these mistakes. And I feel like I've done that in the past as well. And I'm way younger than him, but you know, he was fucking distracted from being famous. So
everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think it was he displayed it well.
Yeah, so are you ready to drop your thoughts on the album as a whole?
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to just sort of talk about it first, so I can kind of get a rating in there.
I like that style, I like your style.
Yeah. So, I think this album, sort of how I'd describe it, is that it kind of took all of the risks from Humbug and Suck It and See, and all of the trial and error from them, and then this is like the end point of what those two were trying to be.
Yeah,
and the good balance, because those two, my main criticisms weren't just that I didn't literally like the quality of the music, it was more so there was no balance, and things that he did which would be considered good in balance were just done throughout the entire album and too much. But this album, you know, the metaphors, for example, were just far and few but effective as a result, and the instrumentals, you know, they varied a lot in terms of structure, in terms of sound, in every way. And the album had a clearly cohesive structure as well, both lyrically and musically as well. Went through some energy dips when they needed to, and etc. It just flowed a lot better.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a single complete throwaway track or anything either. So
no, I agree
that
on that.
always helps as well.
Yeah. Obviously there's some songs that are better than others, but there's no bad songs, I'd say, in this one.
So, all of that being said, I will give this a 7.
7.
But it would be a 7.5.
You don't do
Which
7.
I round up.
Well, 0.5 normally you would round.
Yeah. Alright, we'll give it an 8 then.
Yeah. That's fair. And I kind of want to give this one an 8.5 to me.
Yeah.
But one thing that stuck out to me, like, I feel like the music is paced well, sort of like musically.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, I mean, it's not actually like a concept album really, but if you look at it, like the sort of structure of like the story that he's trying to tell is a bit all over the shop, and I think that hurts it. You know, he goes from fresh off the breakup in the first one to like fresh relationship to it's going well, and then suddenly it's gone like back to the beginning, like I want to ask her out, and then it's like fucking back to being in the breakup again, and then it's sort of like it's a bit all over the shop, so it's kind of hard to like go through like a journey with him because it's sort of like a bit structured like Pulp Fiction rather than like a rom-com.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I think, you know, what was happening in his life was going crazy, and like you said, going up and down in a bit of a irregular structure, but I don't think his feelings were, and that's what I think I got from the album. I think there was a clear journey in his feelings. Yeah. You know, like when you said things were going well, I'm saying I don't think things really were actually going that well. Yeah. He felt like they were going well. So yeah, his feelings were all over the shop, but I don't think the situation was. I think the situation was ever diminishing.
Damn.
The whole time.
Cool
I think the girl was getting pushed away further and further each track. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And his feelings got no weaker, probably got stronger. So I think he was in a messed up place.
Yeah.
And he was all over the shop, but I don't think that the actual situation was. But yeah, obviously it comes across that way because it's his feelings we're hearing, so I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did like, if you thought it was shit and there's just stupid things said
Smash
from both
that
of us,
dislike.
then yeah, dislike. And also let us know what you'd rate it, what your thoughts are. You know, if there's things we missed, or I missed specifically because I haven't heard it before now. And, you know, if you want to see a tier list for the Arctic Monkeys after we've done the next album, which is the last one we'll be doing because we did the car when it came out,
Yeah.
then let us know and we'll be back pretty soon with that one.
Yeah. Absolutely smash that watch later button, guys. Peace.
In a bit, guys.